Tell me about the accident in your middle school where you were told, hey, bro, you're not going to play sports again. You're not going to do anything. So tell me about that. What happened?
So I was playing backyard football, actually back school, and best friend jumped on my back, tackled me. My leg went out to the side, weird little freak accident, broke my femur.
Okay.
I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, had surgery. I still have a titanium rod in my femur and a few screws. And my physical therapy consisted of walking up 3 stairs, walking down 3 stairs, and they said, see you later. And I was told, you'll probably never run. You're definitely going to have a limp, and you shouldn't play contact sports because the risk of secondary injury could result in possible amputation.
Wow.
Which really freaks your mom out, right?
And you're how old at this time?
I'm now 35.
No, how old were you at the time?
At that time, 9. So it's 9 years old.
So you haven't gone through puberty,
no
growth plates, all that weirdo stuff?
We're in a very small town. We don't know. My parents don't know any better. I don't know any better. They had to fly a surgeon from Chicago to do my surgery because I was one of the first pediatric patients in the U.S. to have that done. So I get told all this. I have absolutely zero rehab. Well, fast forward to freshman, sophomore year of high school, we start playing football. After a football game, we go back and watch films, and one of my coaches was a hard-nosed ex-Marine, and he goes, Beard, why are you limping? I had no clue that when I was running, I was limping around. And as soon as he said that, I went out the next time, no limp, right? This like instantaneous feedback loop. Well, luckily for me, during that time, a chiropractor moved into my small little town in central Illinois that was a silver medalist in judo in the Olympics.
Wow.
Just happened to move into Canton, Illinois.
And
I sprained an ankle. I went in and saw her, and just like I would do with a patient now, she looked at more than my ankle. She goes, what's going on here? Yeah. I told her the story, and she's like, she started working with me and kind of helped develop me as an athlete.
So how much did that play into when you were, 14, 15 years old? How much did that play into what you do now?
Oh, huge. I started to think, I would want to do this one day. And one of my best friends from my same hometown ended up going to chiropractic school. So then he was kind of a voice in my ear the whole time. I started out pre-med. And then as I started going through it, I think I got scared.
Right.
So I switched to business, which, funny enough, a marketing degree is probably one of the most broad degrees you could get that has no guidelines of what you're supposed to do. It just says, hey, I have a business degree.
Right.
So that wasn't safe at all. It was just me really being afraid. And it took me 3 years after undergrad of going out and working in Florida and Colorado and Alaska in various fields to realize, hey, I really do want to do this chiropractic thing, and went back to grad school in 2009.
So it's interesting. You had an accident when you were 9, then you had a buddy you had a chiropractor that moved in your hometown that had a huge impact. So it's almost like, and I know you're a believer and you love Jesus, so we can talk through this. So it's almost like the Lord said one time, hey, this is huge. And then a second time when you meet this chiropractor that helped you, hey, this is something. Mm-hmm. And then you had a friend that was doing it, and hey, this is really cool. Mm-hmm. And then I don't say this in a negative, you turned away.
Oh, 100%.
Would you just wake up one day and say, hey, this is not what I need to be doing?
So another little side story, during that whole time when I moved to Alaska and was working with the gold refinery, I was kind of like, what is my life going to look like in a couple years? And my sister just happened to meet a man who at the time was a captain in the Army. And he kind of said, hey, have you ever thought about the military? Because I was a little lost. I was kind of like, man, I got a college degree, but I'm not really utilizing my skills as a person. So he goes, if you would ever think about this, I think I could help fast track you into special forces. Because I said, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it all the way. So the funny story and a quick 30-second blurb is I went all the way through this. I got a letter from a 4-star general saying, hey, we'll fast track you. I get into the MEPS, which is your medical entrance exam, and we did a test for colorblindness. I've known I was colorblind since I was 3 or 4. They didn't know. And we get to the last test, and the guy goes, are you colorblind? I go, yeah. And he goes, you're done. So there's another roadblock. Never
mind, you have a titanium rod in your leg.
We had to get that medical exemption taken care of for sure, and that was a hurdle, which it helps to have a letter from a general. But yeah, that kind of was, and you look back and you're like, that wasn't my path. Thank goodness that happened. But after that, I was pretty upset about that. And I think I may have called that friend that was practicing chiropractic in South Carolina. I said, I don't know quite what I want to do. How's practice going? And he just said, I think you should do it, man. You're a perfect fit. And put in my entrance form to Logan University. And